origin. Okay, ito na pala. Again, there is a general classification. Under general classification, we have geographical extent of origin, which has a para may pagkakahawig sa types of folk dances. Second is the nature, yung diniscuss nating walo, the occupational dances, wedding dances, religious and ceremonial, and etc. And then movements, formation. For the second part, we have the special classification. When we say special classification, my dear student, it talks about group dances having special distinctive features. Ito yung mga special features nila. For example, dance with songs. There are folk dances who came from a folk song. So, ginawa ng step, nag-research kung paano yung sinasayaw ng mga tao noon. That's why we have dances with songs. We also have all ballroom dances. Folk dances na naapektuhan ng social dances, ng ballroom dances. Are you familiar with the tango, the cha-cha, the rumba, the salsa, and then the foxtrot, the waltz, yan. Next is dances with implements. When we say implements, it talks about properties or property being used in certain or certain material to be used in dance to add aesthetic or beauty in performing the dance. Okay po? And the last one is the dances with combined rhythm. Yan. So I'm so excited. Let's start now. The first one is the letter A. On the geographical extent of origin, we have national dances. So para siyang types of folk dance, pero these are based on the geographical extent of origin. Yung paano siya kilala sa buong Pilipinas or based on the geography. Okay? These are found throughout the islands with little or no modification. Itong alam ng lahat, na may variety ang ibang lugar, but there are only limited or at least no modification at all since this is folk dance. Some example of that are Rigodon, the Cariñosa, di ba? When we say Cariñosa, it's a folk dance from Capiz, which means, the Cariño means, it came from the word Cariño, which means the affectionate one. Hota, when we say Hota, it talks about dance or dances. That's why we have Hota Quirino, which means dance of Quirino. And we have the Balita. So that's it. Under the geographical extent of origin, we have national dances. Let's go to the next one. Next one is the local dances. These are the dances found in a certain locality. Again, iba po ito sa types of folk dances. Nasa classification na tayo. And under classification, we have geographical extent of origin as the letter A or first. Pag sinabi natin local dances, yung mga sayaw na nahanap sa a certain locality. For example, sa Leyte, we have the tinikling, di ba? When we say tinikling, it came from the word tikling, which is a bird from Leyte, which has a very long leg. And Francisca Reyes Aquino researched that, and the movement of the tikling bird was translated into human movement. That's when nakagawa tayo ng dance. Another one is Maglalatik from Binyang, Laguna. Leyte is from Visayas. Maglalatik is from Binyang, Laguna. Again, Maglalatik is a war dance which imitates or showcases the war between the Moros and the Christians. Akala nyo naglalaro lang na yung Maglalatik, yung may mga coconut husk baga. Are you familiar with that? Yung mga bao. Another is Esperanza from Nabua, Camarines Sur, our very own. Okay, another is Subli from Batangas yan. It's a festival dance. There's, I think it's in San Juan, and I forgot because one of my friends, who is also a PE teacher, conducted a research about Subli. So yan. Kaya nung pumutok ang Taal, maraming ng Subli so that they can communicate to their God and goddesses or to God itself, to God, so that magtigil ang eruption. Yan. Next is Biningan Bigat from Abra. Okay po? Yan. So, under the geographical extent of origin, we only have two. The national dances and the local dances. National, in the whole island of the Philippines, kilala ang dance, and locals, to a certain locality lang po. Okay po? Now, let's proceed to the second one, to the nature. So, this particular topic was already been discussed during our synchronous session, but let me just tour you again about this. The first one is occupational dances. When we say occupational dances, it depicts a certain occupation or depicting action of a certain occupation, and the three or human labor like planting, harvesting, ponding, winnowing. These are the dances which shows the life of the people as a worker. Okay, ito yung mga baylininda na tigpapahiling po kung paano sila magtrabaho. For example, from Camarines Norte, Pabirik. Okay, it was researched by Francisca Reyes Aquino. It's all about, since Paracale was known for gold mining, nakikita nyo sa picture, di ba, parang gold mining, that is Pabirik in Camarines Norte. Pagdulang is also gold mining from Masbate. Okay, Panulo sa Baybayin shows how the people live or do the occupation of being a fisherman. Okay? Another pa is Salati Mais. That is also an occupational dance. And then Idudu, I-D-U-D-U ang spelling. That is a folk dance from Abra, which showcases how the father do the occupation and the mother will take care of the child, and then vice versa. And after yun, magluluto na yung mother and yung ama naman ang mag-aalaga ng anak. Okay? So that is under the occupational dances. The second one, nasa nature na tayo, is religious or ceremonial dances. These dances are being performed in connection with religious vows and ceremonies. Ito yung mga sacred or mga solemn activities or mga religious activities or ceremonial activities na yung mga dance nila in doing religious or ceremonial activities. Halimbawa, dugso, suwa ko suwa, putong, Santa Clarang Pino. Suwa ko suwa is a folk dance from in Mindanao. Suwa means pomelo tree. So, suwa ko suwa means pomelo tree, may pomelo tree. Pomelo tree, may pomelo tree. So, it's a courtship at the same time religious or ceremonial. And then Santa Clarang Pino, I already discussed that to you. Okay pa? So, we already discussed two. The first one is occupational. The second one is religious. The third one is comic dances. My dear students, when we say comic dances, these are the dances depicting funny movements. Okay, garo lang sila mga funny movements. The first, ito yung mga funny movements ang tig-imitate nila. Halimbawa, arigay. Okay, arigay is also a comic dance. Okay, it's a comic dance also, and a courtship dance because it's like imitating the movement of a chicken, and the rooster courts or courted, according to the dance, the rooster courted the hen. Okay, so another is kimbo kimbo. Okay. And then makongan, and then kinuton, and itik-itik. Yan po. So those are the different folk dances under comic dances. And itik-itik came from Surigao del Norte, which this is a dance which imitates the movement of the duck or itik. Yan po. So let's go to the fourth one. We have the game dances. These are the dances with play elements, parang naglalaro lang. Halimbawa, yung bakya. Yung bakya, they are dancing and they are doing the folk dance or they are dancing, but they are teasing each other using the bakya. It seems that they are playing. Another pa, but when we talk about dance in general, not as a folk dance, the stop dance and the ang tawag nyo dito, stop dance and then paper dance are also considered as game dances. Okay, always remember that. Next, wedding dances. When we say wedding dances, these are the dances being performed during wedding feast, pag may kasal. Halimbawa, here in Bicol, we have the Pantomima Mayor and Pantomima Menor. Pantomima Mayor is being performed by the couple itself. Menor, the backup dancers or the old people, kaya nagkakaibang time signature nilang dalawa. And then Sayaw Panasahan is a dance also which is which is being performed during the wedding. Okay? So, baka magsabi kayo, sir, bakit hindi po kasali sa religious ceremonial ang wedding dance? It should be separated kasi pag hindi naman lahat ng lahat, syempre ang wedding it is religious and ceremonial, pero it talks about joy, okay, as a couple, so it should be separated. And then we really love festivities, di ba? That's why ang tawag mo dito, these wedding dances are separated according to nature because it is exclusively being performed during wedding social or during the gathering in the wedding, during the reception. Okay po? Yan. Next is courtship dance or courtship dances. These dances depict lovemaking, nagliligawan. Okay? Halimbawa, karinyosa. Ano pa? Hele-hele or sagin-sagin from Owas Albay. Okay? It is a form of courtship dance. Yung sa hele-hele or sagin-sagin is a folk dance from Owas Albay. Nang ibig sabihin ng sagin-sagin is kunwa-kunwari or hele-hele. There is a lumberyard owner na nagkagusto sa ibang sang babae. And kunyari, they are dating. And no, hindi naman ganun. Sorry. Nagpapasimple sila, okay? And so that they can date. Tadek and daling-daling. Yan. Those are two other folk dances under courtship dance. Again, Cariñosa is a form of courtship dance. Cariñosa, yan. The seventh is the festival dances. When we say festival dances, these dances are suitable for special occasions or any social gathering. Pag may piyesta, may festival dances. How about here in Naga? In the context of Naga, we have Voladores Festival. We have also Peña Francia Festival, mga piyesta. And then we also have in December, Kamundagan Festival, the birth of Jesus Christ. Di ba si Emmanuel? Okay, Emmanuel. Okay, yan. So, another is Sinulog from Cebu. Di ba yun nasa picture? It's a Sinulog. So, I have a lot of friends who participated in Sinulog. They are very good choreographers. And then Subli is a festival din, di ba? Sabi ko kanina sa Batangas. Another is Pandango, the Sortido, Habanera, and Hota. Mga dances, mga festival dances din sa iba-ibang lugar. Another is, how about here in Iriga, we have Tinagba Festival. I'm sure. In Pili, we have Kaugma Festival and Cimarrones Festival. Saan pa? Kamaligan, we have Kamalig Festival. Minalabak, we have Buswak Minalabak. In Tabaco, we have Tabak Festival. In Masbate, we have, ano yun sa Masbate? Rodeo Masbateño and Lapay Bantique Festival or Lapay Festival. In Daet, we have Bantayog Festival and Pinyasan Festival. So we have a lot of festivals here in Bicol. In Sorsogon, we have Sosogon Festival and ang tawag nyo dito, Sunflower Festival. In Ligaw, we also have Sunflower Festival. Saan pa? Albay. Sa Albay, sa Legazpi, we have Ibalon. Di ba? There are some people who says that Ibalon should be in Libmanan as a festival, but there are some people na dapat sa Legazpi din. Camarines Norte, okay na. So, we have Daet, di ba? And then we also have Busigon sa Labo. And then, yan, kami sa Camarines Sur, okay na. Catanduanes, we have Sibubog Festival. Catanduanes, Masbate, okay na, Sorsogon. Okay, yan. So those are the festival dances. How about in Cebu, we have the Sinulog. Ano pa? We have the Pahiyas also in Quezon. I don't think so if Quezon yon. Paki-search na lang. Okay? And then, etc. We have a lot. And the last one are war dances. These are the dances showing imaginary combat, parang naglalaban-laban or they are dueling to one another. A very good example of this is Idaw. But I have a question in the Idaw because when we say Idaw, it's a bird na pinapatay nila so that the spirit of the bird, this is from Cordillera, ha? The picture that you can see is the Idaw. That is the bird na since pinapatay nila yung bird so that the spirit of the bird will guide them as they do well or makikipaglaban sila next day. Okay? But I think it's more of ceremonial, but it is also considered as war dances pa din. And baglalatik, di ba? Akala niyo sa Binyang Laguna, yung may mga bao dito, coconut shells. You thought they were just playing, but they are battling. They are showing imaginary combat or duel in a way that it reflects or it showcases the war between the Moros and the Christians. We also have the Sagayan and Palu-Palo. So, under the nature as a classification of folk dance, we have 8. Balikan natin isa-isa. We have occupational, religious or ceremonial, comic dances, game dances, wedding dances, courtship dance, festival dances, war dances. Yan. So, okay na tayo dito sa nature. Now, let's proceed to movements. When we say movements, may 4 dyan, active, fast, energetic movements. Halimbawa, tinikling, maglalatik, and pulkabal. Yung mga malalakas, not actually malalakas, sorry, mabibilis. Kaya mga mabibilis. Moderate ka rin yung sa tanananan, 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 tanananan. We also have Tagala, the Habanera, and the Purpuri. I love that dance. Another is slow. Mga slow na we have the Pasakat, the Amorosa, the Tiliday or Tiliday, and the Kundiman. Okay, yan si mga slow. We also have slow and fast, nagrikas, nagluluya. We have the Baingles. Okay, it's a folk dance brought to us by the Americans. Habanera, Botolena. And we have the Alcamfor. Pa-English itong mga nag-arag-arag kanya. Yan, argan yan. And then Habanera, Botolena. And then Alcamfor. Alcamfor is a folk dance, a Maria Clara dance na yung Alcamfor is nasa, anong tawag mo doon? Nasa panyo. And then yung panyo, pinapaamoy-amoy niya dun sa lalaki. Okay, just search about that. for you to watch that. So those are under movements. Under the, okay na po ang movements. As a classification, we have 4. Active with fast energetic movements, moderate, slow, slow and